So I've been wanting to do a review of this light for a little while now. This is a Convoy S2 Plus. Now this is actually a really early host. This one I bought when Convoy first released the S2 Plus line. So it had a XML2 in it, neutral white, with just a standard 2.8 amp driver. But I've recently modified it. Now you can do this with a brand new one as well. So we've actually got a triple LED in this one. So what you do is you unscrew the pill and you replace it with a larger copper pill that you can buy from some of the guys on the forums, and then you buy a triple star with 3 LEDs on and the optic. So I got the optic and the LEDs pre-mounted from International Outdoor Store, and the copper pill came from one of the users on the BLF forum. So what we've got here is actually a triple SST 20 in 4000K. This is my favourite S2 Plus light. I say I've got a load of these. They're fantastic entry-level lithium-ion lights or EDC lights. So just a tube light, very, very compact. You can get them with quite a nice reverse clicky switch. This is a metal one. And you can get them with a clip, or there's some pocket clips that also clip onto these recesses here as well. So with this one though, we're running, say, a triple SST 20. We've got a Carlco lens on the front there, and I'm running the BLF A6 driver with a Samsung 30Q battery. So this thing goes direct drive. Now, just to put some numbers to this, originally this light with the XML2 and the 2.8 amp driver made somewhere in the region of about 530 lumens out the front on my light box. This thing is making about 1600 lumens out the front, so considerably more. We've also got quite good beam distance as well. We're about 7300 CD, whereas the XML2 was probably around sort of high 4000s, so significantly more throw. I do have a light to compare this to, but we'll fire this one up first and see how we go. So the BLF A6 driver, or the DD17 as it was once known, is one of my favourite drivers. You don't need an electronic switch, it's a mechanical switch. You turn it on and it comes on to a really, really nice moonlight mode. So let's just get up to the wall here. You can see it's really, really low output. Now you can cycle up through the modes, or you can actually backstep through the mode. We can go straight to turbo. And with these optics, I mean, just look at this beam. How lovely, smooth and even is that beam. You know, we've got some pretty decent throw. I'll go over to the field. So we've got a building over there. And look, we can easily light that up. You know, this is only a tube light, so it's not the most throwy of lights. I've got a tree over there, I can just about see it with the naked eye. But it's just a lovely, smooth, even beam. And the 4000K is a really, really nice sort of rosy tint as well from this. So I'm running this on a Samsung 30Q. So I've got pretty good current going through this, but it's not too much for these LEDs. But what we'll do is we'll just turn it off, go back to moonlight again, and what we'll do is we'll just step through some of the modes. So you can see we can go backwards or we can go forwards. But I think if you want to have a go at modifying a light, you will need to order this copper pill, which is a little bit taller than the standard brass pill that comes in these, because the little tear optics are shorter than the reflector. But this does make a really, really, really nice light. For walking about, it makes it really, really nice. And we've got some pretty good decent sort of distance out of it as well. And believe it or not, it doesn't actually get too hot. I think it's because that copper pill's quite big. It definitely soaks up some of that heat. So we are on turbo. So this is one of my metrics, is the corner of the barn over there. You can see we're lighting it up brilliantly. You can see that red Massey Ferguson tractor absolutely no trouble. Lights the yard up, and it's just such a nice even beam. In fact, the camera doesn't really do it justice. It looks even better in person. So just to give a bit of a comparison, this is actually a BLF A6. So this is actually an original BLF A6. You can probably just see on the camera, it looks a little bit blue on the anodizing on the centre bit there, which was one of the early issues with this light. So this runs quite a deep op reflector with an XPL LED in there. So this reflector is much deeper than the regular S2 Plus, but we've got the same driver in here, the BLF A6. So I just want to fire this up to show you sort of comparison. So this thing makes 850 lumens out the front on my setup and about 5,600 CD. So you can see that that triple setup is still significantly more lumens and significantly more throw as well. So again, because it's the same drive, we've got the same mode, go up to turbo. But, oh, got a cat going across the yard. But can you see, this one here doesn't light the corner of that barn up anywhere near as well. And in fact, you can see the beam is just not as even. You know, it's a good light, this. This is neutral white. I can't quite remember the Kelvin rating, but you do get that hot spot. So let's just go through a couple of the modes. So, I mean, this is a really, really nice light. You know, if you're buying a tube light today, you know, you're not going to buy an S2 Plus normally. That'll outperform this. And you've really got to go for something quite special that's going to exceed this. So here we are on turbo mode. I've got a Samsung 25R in this one. So definitely equal in terms of amp draw as the 30Q. Technically slightly better. We can just about reach that building, but as you can see, it just doesn't light stuff up anywhere near as well as that triple does. Now obviously on the high mode, we're going to get more heat with the triple and we're going to get shorter run times. But, you know, as an EDC light, as a jack of all trades, let's just put that one back on again, just so you can sort of see, you know, there's a lot to be said about modifying lights, and there's some hugely talented people out there that will machine new parts. This is more of an assembly job, whereas you buy either the host S2 Plus, or you can buy it with an existing LED and driver in it, and you simply just replace those and then add the pill and the optic on it. But this is a really, really nice little setup. It's one of my favourite EDC lights at the moment. It's got a deep carry pocket clip on it, so it's really easy to put in your jeans pocket. And it just performs so well. And I say that it's that mix of having that moonlight mode, which, you know, let's just see if we can get up close to something. So, I haven't got a book here, but if you're getting up in the middle of the night and you're wanting to preserve your night vision, this thing works really, really well. But if you want to read a book or map read, this thing is, you know, absolutely first class. Cheers.